Every morning the world starts quietly, one soft light at a time. Homes flicker awake, shops open. People take those first small steps into a brand new day. And in all of that ordinary movement, there's something kind of extraordinary. A moment worth noticing, a spark you feel before you even name it. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's small, but kindness shows up right on time. And every morning we choose to show up with you so we can look for that spark together.
Good morning. I'm Matt Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and this is Kindness Rising. Let's rise together.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I do choose to wake up every morning, weekdays, and get after it with you. I get up every morning on the weekends too, but this morning is Wednesday, and we are up and at 'em on Kindness Rising, the show where we wake up, tune in, and try to make a little good noise before the rest of the internet starts yelling at us. Today's topic is one that honestly sits underneath almost everything that's happening in the world right now. Intent versus outcome. I don't know why I'm using fists. Intent versus outcome. Most people don't wake up in the morning trying to create chaos. Most people think they're actually trying to help. Companies think they're innovating. Leaders think they're solving problems. But sometimes those outcomes become something completely different than what was intended. Good morning, Jess. Glad to see you here. Thanks for coming in. You're up and at 'em again today. I appreciate it. Hey, Jess, I was actually thinking yesterday or today, earlier this morning, I don't know, the days blend together. Did you do it? Did you and your mom perform Cat Stevens, other folk music live on YouTube or wherever you want to stream? Remember, I'm interested in helping you with that. Keep me posted. Golden Mask, good morning. Welcome in. I'm glad you've chosen to join us. We're just getting up and getting after it with Sully and Jess and Keith over at Mornings in the Lab. The whole crew is here, and we're just waking up with a little bit of more high fives for humanity, a little less rage bait, just having a good time. Waiting on a new mic. Okay. Oh, speaking of good new mics, I appreciate that. Thank you. What happened? What's the question, Golden Mask? What happened here or what happened in the world? We're going to talk a little bit about that. Waiting on a new mic. Yeah, speaking about new mic, yesterday I had feedback because I was remote yesterday that my sound was better. So I made some changes again today. Let me know if you're out there and you want to give me feedback. I'm open to it. Roseanne, you were the one who gave me the feedback that my sound was better. How is it today? Switch the mic around a little bit. Hope things are getting better every day as we just keep going around, improving, getting that feedback. Absolutely. And today is we're talking about intent versus outcome, and it's very specifically connected to another thing that we're doing. Absolutely. But we'll talk about that in a minute. Well, what's happening in here is we are getting up. This is a great group that wakes up every weekday morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, to just have a chat about stuff, what's going on a little bit in the world. Sometimes we have trivia here. I'm going to talk about some trivia about some unknown things about an event, a historical event that happened today. The title, I think, gives it away. We're going to get caught up on the Sam Altman, Elon Musk trial right here. We're going to be talking about what we're doing for the day. A little bit of it's the topic is intent versus outcome. What do we intend to do when we get out there and we have a vision of things, or what we think is going to happen and what actually happens? The outcome often becomes something completely different than what was intended, and we're connecting that today through history, technology, trust, and a giant flaming airship. We all know the giant flaming airship known as Kindness Rising. No, we are not a flaming airship. We are talking about Hindenburg. We are grounded right here at Kindness Rising, getting up and after it on the Mornings in the Lab Network as I scratch my ear. But yeah, welcome in, everybody. I'm glad you're here. Stick around. Don't forget to subscribe. Yes, it is the anniversary of the Hindenburg. I'm going to talk about it specifically, Sully. Absolutely. But first, let's give the spark. This is the spark. You think one of the hardest things in your life is realizing that your intentions don't automatically protect you from outcomes. You can mean well and still hurt somebody. You can build something with optimism and still create consequences that you never expected. And honestly, I think that's uncomfortable because your intention feels personal. We identify with our intentions. That's not what I meant. This is what I'm trying. That's not what I was trying to do. But my heart was in the right place. How many times? And maybe it was. But outcomes are what people actually experience. The older I get, the more I realize that maturity is the ability to hold both truths at the same time. Good intent matters. That's where it all starts. We want to start with good intent, but what you get to in that outcome matters too. And growth is what happens in between, the tension in between those two things. That's the lesson. Intent versus outcome, or intent together with outcome. That tension is what can create a significant amount of growth for ourselves. But being self-aware, this is all connected. But being self-aware enough to know when that tension or where that tension is happening is what we're talking about. Intent versus outcome, both can matter together at the same time. All right. Yes. What's going on over here, Sully? Saw the film in 75 in a theater. There was a film about the Hindenburg. Good morning, Jerry Ginger. I didn't know there was a film. 75. When do I believe we can unlock flying cars? That would be awesome. The Jetsons. I mean, I think it's going to happen. I think the problem isn't the technology to make the cars fly. It's the infrastructure and how you're going to keep it safe and organized and crazy. Yeah, I did not know that, Sully. I'm going to have to check that out. George C. Scott was in a film about the Hindenburg. Didn't know it. I bet Jerry Ginger did. Good morning, Jerry. Jerry, you seem to have that kind of knowledge. Did you see the Hindenburg film? We're talking about it today. Today is my math is terrible right now. 89th anniversary, 1937. Would that be 89 or 99? 89. Woo, good old brain. 89th anniversary or disasterversary? Is disasterversary a word? I think it should be. Disasterversary. Okay. Anyway, let's roll right into it. It is the disasterversity. And this is a new segment. I'm going to try this segment. I'll be interested if you guys are too, but it's something I always like to think about, and I think it'll help to continue trying to get things moving. Instead of saying you're going to get things moving, Matt, how about if you just get things moving? This is our new segment. Wait, that happened today? Today we're featuring the Hindenburg on May 6, 1937. May 6th. All right, this isn't the music I intended. Let's change it up. It's my show. I can try. I like this one. All right, let's go with this. This is Wait, What Happened? Or wait, let's try that again. This is Wait, That Happened Today? Right here on Kindness Rising. Yes, it happened today. May 6th, 1937. The Hindenburg airship caught fire while landing in New Jersey. Most people remember the footage, the flames, the famous radio broadcast, "Oh, the humanity." But here's the part that stopped me this morning. It wasn't just a disaster. It was the collapse of the entire vision of the future. When I was looking into the history of this, airships, dirigibles, those balloons, whatever you want to call them what you want. They were supposed to change travel forever. They were elegant and luxurious, smooth flights across the Atlantic. What people don't know is the Hindenburg was actually a floating hotel. It was the equivalent of the Titanic. 97 passengers on it, 62 survived. That's another fact maybe you didn't know. 62 survived. It ignited very close to the ground, and people were able to survive. It's still a tragedy, absolute tragedy. But the issue was, or not the issue, the impact, the outcome was that people, the world, engineers, politicians, the world, businesses started focusing on airline travel, airplane travel during that time, rather than the dirigible. There was sort of a competition about how travel was going to happen. That was a pretty big deal there, the Hindenburg. On this day in history, I can't read your things. Okay, Jess, you like that idea. Yeah. The blimp that blew. Exactly. It was the blimp that blew. Wow. It's crazy, right? So anyway, what I think again is that this feels relevant. It feels relevant for today. People were really believing in this next new era of travel, the era of dirigible travel, and it was a this changes everything moment, right? Absolutely, when that thing went down. Huge promises, massive investments, competing visions of the future, and underneath it all was the question that humanity always asks: can I trust this? Progress doesn't just run on innovation, it runs on confidence, and history shows us something really important about that when trust collapses, entire futures can change direction overnight. Yeah, it can. And that's what happened on the Hindenburg, and that's what happened here today on Wait, that happened today? Here on Kindness Rising. All right, that was kind of fun to do. All right. Maybe we'll keep going. We'll keep working on Wait, that was today? All right. An actor I am not, but it was fun anyway. But anyway, we were talking about the Hindenburg trivia, right? I mentioned trivia. It's nothing is trivial about this disaster, but 62. I think that was the number, right? 97 people on board, 62 survived. 61% survival. I mean, that's amazing, right? Absolutely. Here's the other one that caught me when I was looking into this and reading about it, watching videos about it, just exploring. It's part of what I like to do at night. Instead of watching TV, I was just learning about the Hindenburg, thinking about today. You guys know there was a smoking lounge on the Hindenburg, a place that was designated. Like I told you, it was a hotel on wheels, a hotel on wheels. Geez, a hotel in the air, a floating hotel. They actually had a smoking lounge, and I read it briefly. It was engineered to be safe, but a freaking hydrogen balloon with a smoking lounge. Wow. And they don't know. They don't know whether it was the smoking lounge that blew the thing up. That's the other thing. Is there's so many. At least my understanding is there's so many theories that they really don't know. They really don't know specifically the science behind it. And yeah, they did smoke everywhere then. It's just amazing though, right? I mean, like what? The other thing about the hydrogen, did you guys know that the Hindenburg was going to be helium? It was going to be helium. And the US actually apparently put up the no, right? Because this was an international collaborative venture. It was a huge deal in the world. It took a lot of things to make this happen, and a lot of resources. And the direction of this air travel was going towards helium. Precious resources of which the United States at the time, I don't know what our helium stock is now or how we even keep track of that stuff, but at the time, apparently, the U.S. had a lot of it. And people wanted it, but we didn't want to give it. The U.S. didn't want to give it because we were preparing for the potential for a war effort, which it's all very confusing to me because the Hindenburg actually, I believe, I don't want to say this. I wasn't there. I've seen photos. You don't know what to trust anymore. I've seen photos with swastikas on the Hindenburg. I'm pretty sure it did. Pretty sure it did. Nazi Germany. It was a big part of the Hindenburg. It happened during Nazi Germany. So, yeah. Anyway, that's it. That's my yakety yak about the Hindenburg, connecting it to a topic more than just, whoa, this thing blew up and, oh, the humanity and all the other things. The point was, it didn't intend for that. We need it for our party balloons, Jess. Yes, of course. Of course, we must have helium in order for us to speak in very high-pitched voices. Otherwise, what else would we? I don't know what we need. There's so many, honestly, we can have this conversation. There's so many precious resources, and I know it's constantly changing what we need for chips and silver and gold and this and every element, and it's fascinating science. I don't know about it, but I think there's more to helium than just party balloons, although I do enjoy a party balloon and the Macy's Day Parade. So I don't know. Anyway, we can talk about it if people know anything about it. Exactly. We don't want Snoopy Droopy. I love that. Oh, that's a good one. Jess, you're coming out of your shell here, Jess. I love it. I love it. I love it. Keep coming. Keep coming. All right. Let's shift our gears today. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Remember that music I was playing before? I'm going to crank it right now. It's a little bit. We want the funk. Who's got that funk? We need funk. It's not my intention, but that's what I'm hearing right now. Anyway, what I am hearing is this is your kindness current. I promised I'd give update on the Musk versus OpenAI trial on a regular basis, and here I am doing it, talking about that ongoing legal battle between those two AI giants. The trial opened. We're now into two weeks, and the focus has shifted towards OpenAI President Greg Brockman. This week, his personal journal entries and diary notes became part of the evidence. That's pretty wild. We're not just debating business decision, we're debating his intent. What were people thinking? What were they actually trying to build, and what changed? Brockman revealed his OpenAI stake is reportedly worth around $30 billion. And that's where Musk's argument really kicks in. His position is essentially the organization started with a nonprofit mission to benefit humanity and transformed into something driven by money and power for the individuals. OpenAI's response, Musk knew where this was headed and supported major structural changes himself. Honestly, that's what makes this so interesting. So both sides appearing as if they have this thing, this claim of good intention, the disagreement about the outcome. What has this become? And maybe that's the bigger question for all of us. At what point does evolution become mission drift? It's just not just an AI question. It's a business question, a leadership question, and a life question. That's your update for week 2 on OpenAI versus Elon Musk. It's Wednesday. A lot more can happen here. That was only 2 days this week into the trial. They led off with Elon Musk, moving on to Brockman. I mean, it's quite a show if you follow it. I know, trust me, I know there's a lot of other stuff going on in the world right now, and we all have focus. But I like to keep track of these things and think of them, also make sure we know there is these things going on, right? They don't get buried, and that we understand the impact of them. These are the big things. I mean, not that potential war or ceasefires or opening up economic routes and travel aren't important either. But those are hugely important and obviously vastly important. But this stuff is important too. Absolutely. That's why I do it. That's why I go live every weekday morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, right here on Kindness Rising as part of the Mornings in the Lab network. We had our new show start yesterday. It was freaking awesome. If you have a chance to check out Thoughts and Coffee as part of the Let's Talk Supply Chain network as well. Sarah did awesome. Sarah Barnes Humphrey and her whole team and the entire team at Mornings in the Lab network, absolutely crushing it. And today is Wednesday. Wednesday, of course, is my favorite day on the Mornings in the Lab network. It's getting busy. And we're going to be getting busier all the other days of the week throughout Mornings in the Lab network as we add more programs, more information, more people getting up and getting after it every day. But today is Wednesday, starting with little old me, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, Kindness Rising, 8 a.m. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. And then you can slide over 30 minutes into their program and check out Cheryl Raphael Whitaker's It Starts with Joy. She's going to be there with Beatrice and Atlas and the whole crew over there. And then at 10 a.m. Eastern time, you can check out What the Truck, talking about veterans. And today, I think the topic with Paul and Adam and Josh, those guys are talking about, it's fascinating to me, the infrastructure and the support that we put into people who return from deployment and are seeking purpose, and how we give purpose to our veterans who are coming back into civilian life. It's essential, and they're doing amazing work over there on What the Truck to promote that good stuff that's happening. How do you get to What the Truck? You go to What the Truck. What the Truck is, I'm going to get it for you. I'll get you the link right now. I'll drop it in the, I think it's, I think he actually has, but Jess, you got me on a goose chase, but I don't mind. Is that coming through? There's their show page as part of the Mornings in the Lab network. I think they stream on YouTube natively as well. This is fun. I had no problem putting these things out for people. No problemo. That's why I'm here. Whoops. Help me. Help me. Help me. I'm just trying to get to your chin, guys. All right. Jess, What the Truck is on YouTube. It is on YouTube. So just search What the Truck. You'll see Paul and Adam, the guys with the glasses. You'll see it. WTT What the Truck. Maybe this is a learning for me. I got to get better at being able to promote our entire channels and all of our network, dropping links and that kind of stuff. Part of my learning. I get out here and I promote and I talk about it. It's really cool stuff. Those guys are great. They're on at 10 a.m. Eastern time over there at What the Truck. Paul and Adam and Josh. I'm sure they'll have guests too. It'll be amazing. All right. We are rolling. Nice. All right, Jess. That's cool. Check it out. Maybe we're going to become the network of Jess. Not just Jess. What was that? Just Jess. What's that from? It's Jess. Oh, that's New Girl, It Girl, whatever it was called. But that's not who I'm trying to compare you to. I just, whatever. My brain goes weird places. You guys know that by now. Anyway, 7:56 a.m. here on a glorious Wednesday morning on the Mornings in the Lab Network. Kindness Rising coming at you, and we're winding up the morning right now. If I haven't chased you away, I'd like to give you these kindness compass. Something to walk away with today, a little bit of direction, a little bit of get up and get after it. A few quick thoughts to carry you into your day. Check your intent, but measure your impact. Your heart matters. Of course it does, but outcomes tell the story. Ask for feedback before those outcomes harden. I am always asking for feedback here. I don't want to get into bad habits. It's easy to do. Course correction is easier when you do it early. And clarity beats assumption. A lot of conflict that comes from imagined meaning. I imagine my nose is itchy. What does that mean? Is there a old wives' tale about itchy nose? There probably is. Mine is itching away. Clarity beats assumption. A lot of conflict comes from imagined meaning. So don't imagine the meaning behind itching your nose. Own your unintended consequences. Defensiveness delays growth. Absolutely. We do stuff and then we go, oh crap, I didn't mean that for that to happen. We knew we can anticipate many things. I move part A, part B, part C gets impacted. We didn't even know part D was floating out there. We didn't even have it in our consciousness. Admit it, approach it, deal with it, fix it. Well, you're going to be okay. Delaying that is going to delay your growth. And lastly, adjust fast. You don't need to defend every past decision forever. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. Absolutely. Give it up. Oh my God. My nose is going like crazy. You're named after the Allman Brothers song? I did not. That makes sense to me. Great song, Jessica. Absolutely. Now I get it. Now I get it. What is this called? This is the Compass theme. It can't quite compare to Jessica, but awesome. I love the Allman Brothers, especially that stuff from the 60s and the 70s, the early stuff when they were all together and before the breakups and the trucks breakups and the deaths and the overdoses. And I like Warren Haynes too. I don't mind. I mean, oh God, you're going to get me rambling about the Allman Brothers. I mean, is that subconscious that I would say that, rambling about the Allman Brothers? I don't know. I was born a rambling man though, but I show up here. I know one place I'm stopping every day, 7:30 a.m. Eastern here on Kindness Rising. Subscribe to the channel. We can be rambling man, and ramble on. A Led Zeppelin, Hindenburg imagery. I mean, it's all connected to classic rock. It's all there. It's all there. Name it. I can connect it to kindness, classic rock, any of those things. Anyway, and I am rambling right now, Jess. I am just rambling on. But I am going to ramble on. I'm going to ramble on. Greetings from Germany. Nice. Marcus Engelhardt. Welcome into the channel. Kindness Rising every weekday morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. Germany's what, 6 hours? Depending on where you are, you're about 6 hours ahead. So it might not be necessarily morning. I don't know what time you wake up. It might be morning for you. But right now we're going to get over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. After I tell you this, intent starts things. Outcomes define them. The Hindenburg was built with optimism. AI is built with optimism, and most human systems begin with optimism. But history reminds us that progress alone isn't enough. Trust matters. Accountability matters. Adaptation matters. And maybe the real challenge of modern life is learning how to hold ambition and responsibility at the same time. So today, build boldly. Stay curious enough to ask, what is this actually creating? Thanks for being here, everybody. Get on over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John and friends. I will see you back here 7:30 a.m. Eastern tomorrow morning. And until then, stay uncommon and stay kind.